Bachelor in Paradise looks like a non-stop party, but have you ever wondered about the rules the contestants have to follow behind the scenes? Crazy contracts, pressured proposals, and psychological exams, oh my.
I'm having so much fun.
Season 7 of Bachelor in Paradise is returning, and we're so excited for our favorite messy show to return. But as it turns out, there's also a lot that goes down on Paradise that viewers have yet to see. The cast is given some pretty intense rules for staying in the Mexican resort. Some past contestants have even spoken out, claiming that the show's treatment of them was unfair. Let's run through the wildest Bachelor in Paradise rules. No pre-show dating. It is very discouraged for cast members to date before the show because producers like to capture their full relationship journey on camera.
I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from here.
In fact, there are some real-life consequences this season. When Brendan from Tayshia's season and Piper from Matt's season came to set already dating, producers were not too happy. The two left Bachelor in Paradise before overnight dates. According to Reality Steve, we saw the stories pre-show that they were dating before BIP even started. This became a storyline on the show. I believe they started getting called out for it by others, so they just bounced, but are dating post-show. COVID restrictions. Just like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, Paradise contestants are all expected to test negative for COVID before appearing on the show. It's not confirmed whether everyone had to get the vaccination before coming onto Paradise, but we imagine that it's likely. Dr. Joe Park was the first Season 7 contestant announced on January 8th. A producer retweeted a photo Joe shared of himself getting the second vaccination. The producer commented, "We've got ourselves a vaccinated Paradesian." Psych Exams. Bachelor in Paradise takes its setup very seriously. Every cast member must undergo a psychological evaluation before appearing on the show. On top of making sure everyone is deemed mentally fit, it also helps find compatibility among cast members. There's even a psychologist on set. According to past cast member Kaylin McMahon, it's their job to mentally assess you to see how you're going to react to situations. I have to admit they are very good at their jobs. On top of a psych exam, contestants must also undergo a credit check, background check, and STD panel. Talk about invasive.
Don't insult my intelligence.
Busy bartender. Being a bartender on Paradise is no joke. Wells Adams, the bartender on season 6, had to work full-time hours. He told TV Insider, "I'm there every day and would usually work like an 8 or 9 hour shift."
Being the bartender in Paradise is a little overwhelming.
Now, in season 7, Wells will be given a bigger role. In addition to being behind the bar, he will also serve as Master of Ceremonies during the rose ceremonies. It's not clear what exactly that means, but he'll probably have a similar role that Chris Harrison did. Later on, he will also serve as one of the guest hosts, joining celebs like David Spade, Lil Jon, Lance Bass, and Titus Burgess. Wild contract. The contract to appear on Paradise is pretty crazy. You're basically putting your image in the hands of the producers. An attorney looked it over and said that it gives the producers permission to basically take your image and do whatever they want with it, and they own it, and you have no recourse. They can also edit things however they like. Even after signing this contract, contestants still frequently get mad. Bachelor in Paradise Australia star Cassandra Mamone spoke out against the show. "I own whatever comes out of my mouth directly, but I will not own pieces of different interviews at different times pieced together to steer a narrative. Thank you to those who realized the editing on this ripper." Pressured into proposing. Yes, you are pressured by producers to propose on Paradise. After all, this is the whole objective of the show. In her tell-all book, Amy Kaufman confirmed this. She said that a producer tried to make Chris Bukowski propose to Elise Mosca, even though he fully didn't want to and couldn't stand her. That being said, the storylines are not pre-written. For the most part, the producers tend to let the drama unfold naturally. According to a producer, the worst thing they'll do is let people know that the people who succeed here tend to make a lot of friends or find someone to be in a relationship with.
Will you marry me?
Fake weddings. You aren't technically married on Paradise unless you participate in what is called a civil ceremony in Mexico, and then later fill out the paperwork when you come back to the US. This means that some of the weddings are just for show. Marcus Grudd revealed this bombshell after getting married to Lacey Fadul at the end of season 2. When we came back, we were supposed to start the paperwork, but she stalled. I feel duped. So the two were never actually husband and wife, unlike what the show made it seem. Long wait for Fantasy Suite. The Fantasy Suite doesn't exactly give the lucky couples the all-night love fest they're hoping for. In reality, they have to wait hours for actual one-on-one time. According to Evan Bass, couples only get a few hours of time alone, and the Fantasy Suite portion doesn't start until the wee morning hours. Ours was 2:30 a.m. Not quite the fantasy we were expecting. Not glamorous. Compared to most reality TV dating shows, Paradise is definitely not the most luxurious living arrangement. Even though the actual resort is lovely, the cast pretty much has to rough it out. Contestants have often described it as a summer camp for adults. Kaylin McMahon told ABC we're sleeping on bunk beds on top of each other, all sharing 2 showers, eating terrible food. It is not a glamorous life at all. On top of that, there are crabs on the island. According to Mikey Tenorelli, the first night after we all met each other, I walked into my room and I saw 2 crabs fighting. They were literally dueling. I was like, this is gonna be a long trip. Producers in charge. Producers run the show, so naturally they have final say in all the decisions. And they can definitely be manipulative in getting the reactions they want from contestants. According to Katie Morton, her reunion with Chris Bukowski was brutal, thanks to production taking her ring. I asked for it and they said no, she told Olivia Caridi. They brought it out during a time when they felt it was necessary. Whenever I get really stressed, I'll also randomly cry. So Chris Harrison said, I see you're not wearing your ring. I didn't know how to say this wasn't my choice. The producers don't mess around when it comes to provoking contestants. The ocean is free for all. Want to reveal any scandalous dirt? Go for an ocean swim. Apparently, they don't record any conversations in the ocean. The ocean is basically the only safe place. Otherwise, cameras follow around 24/7. There are cameras everywhere and there's nowhere to hide, a former producer told People. So when cast members behave outrageously, they allow themselves to forget there are cameras and just get caught up in the moment. Drink limit. Don't expect to get too sloppy drunk on Paradise. There's actually a drink limit on the show. Specifically, it's 2 an hour on the hour. This was enforced after an incident occurred in 2017 to make sure that everyone is behaving safely even while drinking. However, there are no rules on when you can start drinking, so there's that. Chris Bukowski said, in Paradise, it's always 5 o'clock. I woke up in the morning and I drank before I went down to the house. I didn't eat anything. There's not much to do. Also, no one drinks beer because everyone is afraid of carbs. Confined to the resort. No exploring for the contestants. You're expected to stay on set at all times. Bachelor in Paradise is filmed at an actual resort in Playa Escondida, Mexico. It looks pretty luxurious, so we don't feel too bad for them. And you can, in fact, leave for one-on-one dates to go to a different resort. One-on-one dates usually take place at the Vidanta Resort Nueva Vallarta, an hour away from the original resort. Funny enough, it's also where the producers stay, and where Chris Harrison stayed in previous seasons. No AC. Everyone is always sweating on Paradise, and that's probably due to the fact that there's literally no AC anywhere on the resort. There's a purpose behind this. It's to get the contestants out of their rooms and onto the beach or into the pool. According to Mikey Tenorelli, you got out of the shower and you were basically sweating again. No AC in Mexico during the summer? We gotta say, that sounds brutal. Men wear necklaces. Unfortunately, it's not friendship necklaces the guys are always wearing. To make sure every poolside convo is captured, ABC makes its male castmates wear matching necklaces with a microphone built in, as swim trunks aren't exactly conducive to microphone packs. Very inventive, we will admit. So what do you think of the rules? Do you think they're reasonable, or are any a bit too strict? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe to The Things Reality to stay up to date on all of the latest and greatest in reality TV news.